Good morning and welcome to this webinar, Unlocking the Potential, the Essentiality of Software Maintenance. We're happy for you attending and we hope that you had a great start of this sunny day, at least here in Stockholm, the sun shines. Someone who is not attending, you see on the picture here, Wilhelm Löwen, replaced by me, Ebba Ulfsparre, and I'm working as a marketing manager for service within the Nordic region.
And my name is Anton Olofsson. I work as a senior software technician in the Nordic countries with some global customers as well. And we're happy that you are attending.
Really?
Really happy.
And our purpose of today is to try to raise awareness for an important topic,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Yes. Relatively new, but will grow the coming years. And just for your information, this session will be recorded. But first, let's see here if this is working. Click.
Some technical issues right now.
Try to click here to swap page here.
But let's take some seconds to check in, reflect, and think about why you are joining this webinar today.
We give you some seconds of awkward silence here.
So if we were to guess, it's because you are having software issues or have encountered software issues in the latest months.
And that's why you're listening in. Or you may have other questions and thoughts. But let's kick this off then. We're showing you an agenda here. Tells a little bit of what we will talk about, the challenging situation of today from our perspective, and then some facts about software maintenance as such.
Yeah.
How we go about the topic, right?
Of course.
And famous last words followed by a Q&A session. And this presentation will continue or go on for about 25 minutes.
25 minutes.
So in case you really have an important meeting 9 a.m., you may sneak out, but we of course encourage you to stay and join the Q&A session.
Exactly. Please ask questions.
A lot of questions. And how do you do that then, Anton?
In the meeting chat. So, and if there are really spot-on questions, we will answer them during the presentation. Otherwise, all questions will be answered in the Q&A.
Yes. So the chat is open all the time, and we have support here to monitor the chat. So just do not be afraid. Ask questions.
Exactly.
Right?
Ask questions.
And you're anonymous. That could be a good thing to know as well. So there are no stupid questions. We try titta. Now it works. But let's start then with the challenging situation of today. What we encounter when we are out helping our customers is of course this ever-changing and expanding ecosystem of solutions, hardware, software, in the production as of today for assembly.
Do we have any good examples of challenges that we see?
We do. We normally divide them into operational challenges, you could say. And there we, if to just summarize, having a server-based software up and running is now moving from being a nice to have, you could say, to more of a critical solution that really needs to work. And if not working, operationally, our customers encounter line stoppages.
Exactly.
Production cannot run as planned, recurringly. And related to that, production loss.
Exactly. Data loss. Our softwares are often data collecting softwares. We have ecosystem challenges as well to get...
What do you mean with ecosystem challenges, Anton?
So to get hardware and software to work together, different brands of hardware and softwares work together. The whole ecosystem with networks, hardwares, softwares.
The complexity
Yeah,
is
exactly.
not to be compared to what it was 10 years ago.
Exactly.
And financially, these operational challenges, of course, lead to financial challenges,
Yeah.
right? And there are numerous of them, such as unexpected costs for high repair volumes, increasing costs for the downtime of the production as such.
Yeah.
The software management it can also be quite costly and inefficient if it's not run in a proper way, right?
Exactly.
And come with all kinds of surprises. In total, a higher cost of ownership.
Yeah.
And it's a vital part to have the software up and running. And what today may be considered as a quality critical software likely will be a production critical software as of tomorrow when it comes to how soft we are, that we're going into a world of software more and more.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So
We're
this topic,
expanding.
this topic and its importance,
Exactly.
it will grow.
It will really grow.
You will have a work for your whole life, Anton, right?
I think that,
Yeah.
at least. So let's go through some common scenarios that we encounter on a regular basis. One is like purchasing software is not easy. So that's something we support IT organizations with, the customers' IT organizations. We try to involve them as early as possible in the purchasing process. We also have a data loss scenario where after a Windows patch or a patch of the environments, the servers often reboot. Some services may not start. We have a watchdog that we will talk about more later in the presentation that helps with keeping the services running.
So you come there on the Monday morning,
Yeah,
and things are not working
exactly.
suddenly.
So often after the weekends. Correct.
And why often after the weekends?
Because a regular maintenance of the Windows servers are often done at the weekends because there are no production often. So Monday mornings are critical, Sunday evenings are critical as well.
Monday mornings are really Monday mornings then, right?
Often really.
Tough ones.
Yeah, exactly. And then also we often get questions from the users about functions, about performance, how to enhance it and how to gain access to all the functions, and maybe they are wishing for new functions as well. That's something we encounter fairly often.
You're not satisfied with what you have, so to say.
Yeah,
or?
exactly. Or that you have a function that you're not able to find in a fast and easy way. So we can help guide the users how to find them. And that will give them full access and the best performance of the softwares that we have.
Okay. I have one question to the first topic here, the purchase of the software.
Yeah.
When we talked about it, you also mentioned this internal unclarity sometimes.
Good question. Yeah, it's often if the IT department isn't involved from the beginning, we have difficulties to get the softwares up and running and communicating through the whole ecosystem. So we are not able to actually fetch the data from the hardware. If it could be some firewall issues and so on.
And these are common scenarios, right? But there are more than these three types of scenarios. But these are your favorite ones,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's why we chose them. Yeah. Okay. Should we then jump into what we promised to try to elaborate on in this webinar then? Why software maintenance is essential. It's not a one-time task, right? It's an ongoing necessity. And how we usually phrase it here at Atlas Copco is that the life cycle of your software does not start with the coding and finish with the product launch. It continues for the whole life of the software as well.
Exactly.
So an ongoing life cycle is needed, allowing the software to evolve and deliver more value over time, right?
Exactly.
And that you do by developing and maintaining it.
Exactly. The product is not finished when launched.
No.
It's always developed like during its lifetime.
It's a start level when being launched. And the main reasons for why to work with software maintenance then, we have summarized them in three. First of them, technology that is rapidly changing. It's a fact, and the softwares being used need to keep up with this, the technology development as such.
Exactly.
And secondly, as a manufacturer, to just rest in having the peace of mind that the software is working properly, and you can sort of lean back and focus on your core activities, right?
And will keep working.
Exactly, exactly. So not having this sort of seed of worry all the time that is the software, will it deliver? You can just lean back and trust that the proactivity you gain from working with maintenance will secure a software that is working.
Yeah, exactly.
And this also, of course, leads us to the third point here: keep the budget under control and eliminate unexpected costs. So with the proactivity, you gain your control and you keep it within the planned budget for the year. And if having a contract in place, this yearly maintenance fee is then the cost, which is very predictable, right?
Exactly. Yeah. You know exactly what you're paying for and hopefully what you get.
Exactly. I think we continue here.
Yeah.
It's not only essential, right, as we explained, to maintain software. It also offers further potential.
Exactly.
Yeah?
You learn how your system works, how your production feels and works as well, how to maintain and optimize your production as well.
So going beyond just this awareness and identifying struggle and work with that, the potential is really also within this field of looking ahead, so to say. If mentioning the second here, continuous improvements in the manufacturing process. And that does not only involve the software as such, right?
No, then there you have all the hardware as well. Your technicians can use the softwares to improve like the quality of the products that you're sending out from the factory. And that's something with a TechCover and our softwares, something we can help you with. We also we have the proactive monitoring to be able to find your issues or technical problems in the production before it all leaves the factory. Like you have a proactive maintenance on the tools often. Why not have it on the production as well?
Exactly. So this coming to the fourth topic here, the deeper insight of production performance and maybe what areas to focus on onwards. Yeah. This one can learn from coming from the fact that you're maintaining your software and working with that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It has potential to not only take care of the software, right? You can learn and develop.
Exactly. Optimizing the production is a good word, I think.
Yeah.
Also, you can avoid unexpected costs because of repairs and reworks.
Exactly. Should we?
Yeah, I think we can.
We dig into the nice details here. What is it all about, Anton?
Yeah, so we define software maintenance as such. This is for main topics. We have the corrective maintenance that are more if the user have problems to help them define the problem, find it, maybe guide them how to solve it. Otherwise, we take it to the adaptive maintenance to keep the software up to date. We talk to our R&D to develop the software further to meet the user's expectations. And we also have the perfective maintenance where we, together with the users, really dig into the software to see, do we deliver everything that's needed from the user and from the factories. And for the fourth topic, that's like we want to prevent any issues in the software. We want to be seeing into the future almost, like stopping everything that can happen with the software. So I think that's a good short summary of the four.
And if I should summarize then, not being the software maintenance expert in this webinar,
Please do.
The corrective maintenance, that's about the smooth functioning, you could say, like
everyday work.
That it works, sort of. And the second one, adaptive maintenance, we're more talking about to keep up with them with the latest trends.
Yeah, exactly. To have the latest functionalities, to work with the latest
new requirements coming in.
Exactly.
And this perfective maintenance to really work towards the vision of meeting these never-ending user needs.
Exactly. To have the
never give up.
Exactly. To have the perfect software, or as close as possible to this perfect software.
And this preventive maintenance, trying to look a bit into the future and anticipate what's going to be future problems if we're not dealing with this.
Exactly, and keep down the unexpected costs of production stoppage or line stoppage.
And we know how to do this, or?
Yeah, we do.
Really?
Or we try to.
We try to, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think we have a slide on that as well?
Yeah, we might have.
We might have.
Let's have a look.
Let's check then. We did.
Perfect.
TechCover, it says. What's TechCover?
That's the support agreement on the softwares that we sell, on the at least the quality critical software ToolsNet and ToolStock for now. We are working on all the other softwares as well. So TechCover involves the support agreement. So we are selling this as a product. You can see the deliverables in the text below.
I think we will go through them in detail, right?
Yeah.
But just, you mentioned a lot of interesting things here. Quality critical softwares, and you mentioned ToolsNet and ToolsTalk. And what is this mambo jumbo all about?
So ToolsNet is our data collection quality critical software where you can analyze and optimize your production, or you gather data and analyze data from the production. Then we have ToolStock 2, that's the configuration tool where you use the data from ToolsNet to optimize the tightenings in your tools.
And you see, or you say that with TechCover, we do all of this that we just talked about. The preventive, perfective, adaptive, corrective, all of those kind of maintenance activities is something we work with in this kind of
in the TechCover agreement.
Aha.
So,
and maybe even more, or should we dive in here to the list of deliverables?
I think that's a good thing to
have your software available and functioning when needed the most. That's what we're trying to work towards, right? Remote technical support and troubleshooting.
Yeah, that's when you contact us at Atlas Copco through a ticketing system. We help you with the issues you have. Start with often a troubleshooting, or if it's a user question, we can answer that as well. We also update your software on a regular basis.
The latest software updates, right?
Exactly.
And we fix bugs as well, don't we?
Yeah, hopefully they are included in the updates, or often they are. The updates can also involve new features in the software. So.
Okay, that's included, so to say.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the third here, health check real-time system monitoring.
That's a big part of the TechCover agreement, that we have the health check. That's an application that works together with our softwares as a watchdog. It's monitoring the performance of the environments. Cool. It keeps the application running. And
I think we have some details on that one coming.
I think that's as well. We will dig deeper into that later.
But it's a vital part then of these service level agreements, right?
Yeah, it is.
And what do we mean by production and IT customized reporting?
That's also together with the health check application. It creates reports that's like a good summary of how the environment is feeling, like the health of the environment.
What can we concretize that?
Yeah, it's like how many licenses are you using, how many service stoppages did you have the last month, or it's all up to the customer really. What's in it for you? What do you want to know about your environment?
And do we usually do this on a monthly basis, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every month it's a report in the TechCover.
And then this seems to maybe be part of this reporting, or technician summary and notes for
exactly.
continuous improvements.
Yeah, it's also included in the report every month. It's we run through the report, see if we can have any improvements, or like if there are something we see that we can do to help the environment feel better.
Okay.
So the customer get it in a report. It's traceable. We can go back in time to see if we actually did something about it.
This and the technician here is you, for instance,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
To me, this tells me that we need to have quite knowledgeable technicians to be able to deliver these kind of recommendations. And
yeah, we need to know our applications fairly well. We have good trainings on that, so I think we as a company can deliver really good value for our customers with TechCover.
And do our customers, do they act on the summaries and recommendations that,
yeah? I would say so. We help our customers to act on them.
So that there is also an aspect of change management, you could say, right? How to work with this. And,
exactly. We have
evolve over
continuous
time.
Meetings every month.
Cool. And then it says database support and maintenance.
Yeah. Our application have maintenance jobs included in them, so we set them up when doing the installation of the applications to work with the database to have a healthy, good working database.
Okay. Because what happens otherwise?
If we don't maintain the database, it's like if your hard drive on your computer, or when you're feeling on Friday evening when your head is full, you need to do a delete maintenance, maybe. So
delete a lot of
you need
the
to
cleaning. The Friday afternoon cleaning when you come home. Oh.
Exactly. So
but you need that at work as well.
Yeah. So the database needs some cleaning every month at least.
Okay. Production critical alerts and notification, it says here too.
Yeah. It's it's together with the watchdog. We will talk about that in a couple of minutes. But we get alerts and notification if something is happening, so we can be proactive and help the environment before it stops.
Wow.
So the customer will hopefully never notice anything.
And in an ideal world, you should have this in place, of course, already from the installation to avoid issues that otherwise may arise
exactly.
after installation.
The health check is installed together with the applications.
Should we take a look at this health check a bit more?
Exactly. It's, as mentioned, a software running next to your softwares. It's a big part of the TechCover solution because of all the before mentioned reports and watchdogs that help you monitoring the application and the environment that's installed in. Like we have application watchdogs that restarts the services if something is to happen as after a reboot of the environment. We have a database monitoring system, so we get notifications if the database is full or if it's issues with the communication. We also see host and networks issues if there are some. Like if you have a hardware controller that's not connecting correctly, we get a notification on that. So we can alert the customer that, hey, we are seeing that this controller is not reporting right now. Have you switched it off, or is it something in the network that's stopping it from reporting data?
Okay.
Or it could be the application, but then we are on it before we're noticing the customer.
So you get the notification straight away, or the technician?
The technicians,
not only you.
No, the software teams. And it helps us to be proactive to fix before the customer notice any issues often. So we can be proactive, stopping or starting the services before the customer noticing anything or the production even sees it. So often the watchdog does, or the health check application help us to work in a smoother way before the customer even notices.
And avoid all
Exactly.
potential
Risk.
risk and costs that otherwise may arise, right?
Exactly. So should we have a look on how
We're also curious how you work in this software support team, right?
Yeah, I think we can run through it. So as mentioned, we have this dedicated software support team. We are a couple of technicians working with the softwares that are covered by TechCover. Also, non-TechCover customers get support, but they are not prioritized in the same way as a TechCover customer. We always have a constant dialogue and a cooperation with hopefully the IT department or the customers. We are using...
May I break in here? I think this constant dialogue, coming back to what we had on the previous slide here with the continuous improvements and technicians analyzing.
Exactly.
I guess the more this dialogue and cooperation works well, the more you can of course also contribute in that kind of work, right?
Exactly. As a better dialogue we have, the better the software will be. So to be able to have a good dialogue and a cooperation, we have a ticketing system that we are working with, where the customer will report any issues or findings they have, any questions, anything. All communication will run through the ticketing system, so we can, as a software team, work with it in a good way. We will not miss any questions. It will not be a big black hole as a mailbox can be. So
sounds good.
Yeah, exactly.
And what do we mean by this last one, target group?
For a TechCover agreement, the target customer or the target group at the customer is the IT department, because they are often the one owning the environment that the software is running. So we are working as this TechCover agreements are a support agreement for the operation of the software.
Not user support,
exactly.
Right?
No. So we are working a close cooperation with all the IT department at the customers to be able to run it. So I think that's a good summary of how we work with the remote support.
I think so too. And I do believe it's almost time for these famous last words, actually. If just to try to summarize what we have been talking about during the last 25 minutes. So it is, first of all, that our message, the software maintenance is essential today. And there is also potential beyond the essential.
Exactly.
And this proves in every contract that we are running.
Exactly.
And secondly, it's all about maintenance, and that could be corrective, adaptive, perfective, preventive.
Exactly.
To create this trouble-free production environment, right? And we do think that having the software up and running and available is of big value, and when needed the most, right?
Exactly.
It should be working Monday morning.
Yeah.
Not
it should.
Get into the troubleshooting for 3 hours.
No.
And what happens now, we have come to an end when it comes to talk like this, present. You see some nice links on this slide. It will be distributed later on also in the wrap-up email to all of you participants. We will jump into this Q&A session. And we hope that all of you will stay for that one and contribute with good questions, right?
Yeah, exactly. And remember, there are no stupid questions. Please ask if there are anything.
Exactly. And for those maybe sneaking out, we say thank you now. should we take this nice cloud again?
Yeah.
Maybe we can try to reconnect to what you all wrote down or just made a mental note when you checked in for this session. If we did fulfill your purpose or why for today's session. Or if questions arise during this time.
Exactly.
Or if we have been 100% crystal clear.
Might be.
Yeah?
Seems like it.
Who knows? Until someone brave maybe come up with a question here. Anything special that comes to your mind, Anton, after?
How do we go from this? If you're interested in a TechCover agreement, where do you reach out?
Good question. There will be good and clickable links in this wrap-up email that will be distributed to you. And there are numerous ways to get in contact with us. Now we have a Nordic session here today. So either through the web and enter this web form, and otherwise get in contact with us by chatting, calling, emailing. There are numerous ways in. Or if you already have an established contact, start with, have a chat with that Atlas Copco person, and we'll take it from there, right?
Perfect, yeah.
We're not as rigid when it comes to
how
questions and inquiries come into us.
Perfect.
Did I have any questions? I think I noted something down here earlier when you... with this health check, I've read about this automatic system repair.
Yeah, that's something I mentioned, but maybe not so clear. It's rebooting or restarting services on Monday morning. That's the system repair function.
That happens automatically.
Exactly. So if something's not working that's connected to the Atlas Copco softwares, the watchdog, health check watchdog will reboot them and restart them a couple of tries. We will also get notified that it's not running, so we can log in and see what's happening during these restarts as well.
Okay. And I'm curious on this software support team. Are you usually, when a certain case is in this ticketing system, is it normally one contact person does that follows through on this case, or is it common that you sort of hand over tickets?
Often it's one person that handles the case, but we have this ticketing system, so we can hand over cases and help each other. So if to happen that someone is sick or on a vacation, then we take over the cases. So we are always working. We try to have vacations not at the same time to be able to always have someone supporting the customers. So that's
customer first.
Yeah, right? Always.
What do we think here? We do have people listening here, but not that many questions.
I think we are crystal clear on this.
It must be, or what could it otherwise be?
No, I know.
Too boring to listen to us.
Maybe they just have it in the background. So.
And then watching the news or participating in another meeting. No. Anything else that you thought of? I was thinking of.
No, not really. Yeah.
What do you think it looks like in 5 years, Anton?
Oh, that's a tough question.
Yeah.
I think we will see. I have no really good answer on that, but I think it will evolve and be more and more critical with a good agreement or software maintenance. So I think this is like a good way to be future-proof, to have a TechCover agreement that will ensure that you have the latest and greatest softwares as soon as it's available. So I think this is a good way to be future-proof, because we don't really know what's happening in the future.
No, that's always the $1 billion question, right?
Yeah.
To predict the future. I guess we're facing that in all kinds of different situations on a daily basis, right?
Yeah.
Ja.
Yeah. If there are no questions, I don't know. Should we wrap up or?
Say that we're happy with this as for now, and that is of course always possible to then come back later on.
Exactly.
But then let's summarize this then, and once again thank everyone for listening in, and we hope that you have understand now that this is an important topic.
Exactly.
And it will grow even more in the future.
Yeah.
And lovely that you spent half an hour to raise the awareness on this topic. That's always the start for change, right?
Exactly.
And by that?
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.